Hello everyone and welcome to another STEAM Sunday session. Before we get started, I want to point out this little contraption behind me because that is part of next week's STEAM Sunday session. Last week I started recording it and I'll get to show you the results next week, so do tune in to see what that's all about. But this week we're doing a science activity. Now this experiment does involve naked flames, that being candles. So it's really important that you get an adult's permission or actually have an adult helping you with this experiment. And please remember, never leave candles unattended because they are obviously a fire risk. And if you're using tea light candles like I am, the bottoms can become very, very hot. So be careful about the surface you're putting it on. If you're putting it on paper, it can actually catch fire. That being said, we're actually going to be making our own small fire extinguishers today by using carbon dioxide. So what we need is vinegar, some bicarbonate of soda, and a little jug. Now, we've all done the volcano experiment, or if you've not, you probably will while you're at school at some point. It's really, really cool. You put bicarbonate of soda inside a model volcano, add vinegar, and watch it explode. But what you might not realise is that that chemical reaction that causes the big fizz, the build-up, that sort of lava, if you like, to come over the top, is actually releasing carbon dioxide. And we're using that part of this to make our fire extinguisher. So first things first, let's light the candles. So I'm not going to measure this out exactly. I'm just going to add some bicarbonate of soda and some vinegar, but I'm not going to add too much because I don't want it to erupt over the top like you do with a volcano experiment. So in goes some bicarbonate of soda and vinegar. And already you can see it fizzing. And the fizzing is the release of carbon dioxide. So I'm going to try and catch some of that now. I'm just going to hold my hand on top of it to try and keep some of that carbon dioxide in. And I'm going to keep doing that while it's fizzing, while you can see this reaction taking place. I don't have to seal it fully because carbon dioxide is actually heavier than the air around us, so it will stay pretty much in the jug. And that's how we're going to be able to pour it, because when we're pouring this, we're not going to be pouring any of the liquid out, we're only going to be pouring carbon dioxide. Because carbon dioxide is heavier than the air around us, it will go down onto the candle and it will remove oxygen from the equation. It will push the oxygen out the way. And flames can only survive if they have heat, oxygen and fuel. If you remove one of those three things, you're not going to have a fire. So we're going to remove the oxygen by just pouring the carbon dioxide onto the candle. And you can see that I'm not actually letting any of the liquid come out at all. And it's starting to get less and less. But there we are, all of the liquid still intact. I've not poured any of it out, but the candles went out. Isn't that cool? So you can have an experiment with this. Play around with a different number of candles, pour it quickly, slowly, however you want to do it. Maybe try and get even more carbon dioxide. How many candles can you put out? Lots of different things that you can do. But hopefully from this you learn that carbon dioxide is heavier than the air around us, so it sinks down, which is how it was able to stay in the jug, how it was able to pour out, and that fire needs three things in order to survive. It needs heat, it needs fuel, and it needs oxygen. If you remove any one of those things, you won't have a fire. I really hope you've enjoyed today's STEAM Sunday activity. As always, if you do have a go, please remember to take a photo, put it on Twitter and tag @MrFeistClass using hashtag STEAMSunday. And as always, this video is now on YouTube, so if you could hit a subscribe or a like, anything like that, that would be greatly appreciated. I can't wait to see you next week when we get to do this experiment over here. So do tune in again. See you next week. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.